Hey, good people. So sorry for the delay. Was trying to get on here and it was just giving me some problems. But I'm here. Hey, guys. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, this is working. And awesome. Okay, this is working. Hey, son. Hey, TT. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, I am here. We are about to get this done. So, how was everyone's day? Hey, Christina, thank you for joining in. Um, how was everyone's day? How's everyone doing today so far? I'm trying to look back and forth on my screen as well. So if you guys see me moving back and forth, um, you know, please ignore. But we are going to be designing some stationery today. Okay. My day was awesome, son. Thank you for asking. So I want to allow you guys to see my screen. I hope it allows me to turn my screen around. If not, then I may have to get off and do it again, but we will find out for sure because I'm not used to streaming from my computer at the same exact time. So you guys just give me a second here. Let's try to figure that out. Hey Pumpkin, thank you for joining in. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to share my screen. Y'all give me a second and let me get this in order because I do want it to work properly. Okay. Did I just go black on y'all? I did. Go back to this. I did. Okay. I'm down here in the bottom. I'm trying to turn my screen around. Y'all give me a second because I'm trying to turn my screen around so y'all can see my screen while I design, but it doesn't seem like it wants to work properly. And I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. So this is all a part of learning, right? So okay, let me see something here. Yep. Okay, that works. Let's do this for right now. Boom. That works like that. That works like that. Y'all can see my screen now. All right. Ooh. Okay. Let me lock this back up. Let's lock that. Move this here. I'm down in the bottom. And I hope you guys can see. I will make myself smaller if I need to. Um, Matter of fact, let me do that real quick. Let me make myself smaller. Okay, so let me make myself smaller. Let me make this. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, so I just deleted myself. I don't know how I did that, but I just deleted myself. I'm gonna pull myself back up. I think. Y'all see, I'm learning new stuff here. Y'all forgive me. Um, Let me try to get myself back on this camera. Y'all don't need to see me. Y'all just need to hear me design, right? Okay, let's leave it like that. All right, let's open up Photoshop. If you are, son, I know you learning tonight, so open your Photoshop up so you can learn how to design a business card. All right, so we are going to design a business card in Photoshop. Let's get it. All right. So those of you who are watching, you're gonna hear me hear myself because I need to be able to see what I'm doing. But we're gonna get this done. If you have your Photoshop open and you want to go along with me, you definitely can. We're gonna go to Photoshop and we're gonna open up a new file. Now I know you probably cannot see on my screen right now, but I just had a pop-up screen that just came up that is asking me to. Okay, you can see it. Um, and it's asking me to give a new document, right? So because we are designing a business cards is normally 3.5 by 2. So we're gonna go to inches and we're gonna do and you want to make sure you have a bleed. So a bleed is normally 0.125. So we're gonna go 3.125 and 2.625. Okay. Resolution needs to be 300. Color mode needs to be CMYK. Hey, John, thanks for joining in. All right. And so now we're going to do create. I kind of did that backwards, y'all. Forgive me. Let me redo that. Forgive me. It is supposed to be 3.625. I have not did a business card in God knows how long. 2.125. All right. Right size. Okay. So we have our business card, we have our canvas, we have our area here. This is everything that needs to be done. And so I need you guys to talk back to me, those of you that's on here and you know exactly what needs to be done. Hey, Rome, I miss you, bro. Tell me what should be on the business card, okay? Because we're going to design this together, okay? So I'm going to bring up my client's logo. She did give me permission to do this on live, so you do not have to worry about me doing anything that I shouldn't be doing because she did give me permission to do this. Oh, she's on. Hey, Miriam. Hey, Coach Frida. Thank you for joining in. All right, so this is my client, Coach Miriam. This is her logo. And so I designed this for her. And the name of her business, she has a coaching business called Voice of Strength. Okay. These are her colors. She loved it. Everything is with the spirit of excellence. We just designed this literally right before I came on here, and everything was pretty good. So we're going to go to the process of actually designing her business card. Now, of course, I'm not going to put any of her information on here. I may just put her name, but no telephone number, anything like that. We're just using this for the purpose of actually designing her stationery, okay? So this is what we're going to do. So now that we have her logo up, I'm going to minimize that for a moment here. You've seen the colors. The colors was black, pink, and gold with a splash of purple. Now we're going to go ahead and create the background, right? So let's think about what kind of colors or what type of things you would like to have in the background. So me personally, I do like light colors, nice, soft. Thank you, Pumpkin. Yes. So you need to make sure you have the telephone number, name, email address, maybe social medias. Yes, that is correct. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off with making sure that the background has the right colors in here. And so we're going to pick a nice, just decent color. We're not doing anything over dramatic or anything like that. We're just going to splash on here and go ahead and put a actual color. Okay, so the background color at this present moment, I'm going to go to layer 1 and I'm going to make the background color a light pink. Maybe we'll see if we stick with this color. We may change it. Okay, so right now we have like this blush pink as the background color. And then normally what I like to do is I like to add the logo on first and then work around that. So we're going to bring this logo on here and we're going to go ahead and get to designing. So of course I am designing it in the actual size that it was. If you are trying to design along with me and you have a logo and it's bigger than your screen, you need to make sure that you press the shift button and then control it down, okay, as far as the size is concerned. Okay, so now this right here would be considered, I'd like to do things backwards. So, just forgive me. I'm a backwards type person when it comes to designing. I may do the back of the logo, the back of the business card first, okay? How do you make the background that color? Okay, so how do you make the background this color? You are going to go to your first layer, which was the color of the that blank canvas that we had. And then you're going to go over here to where your tools are, and you're going to pick your bucket tool, paint bucket tool, and then you're going to paint whatever color you picked, which is the color that's in your foreground here, the color picker, whatever color that is you picked, you're going to put that onto the canvas. Does that make sense, son? Let me know. Okay, so this is what we're doing. So now, normally when you design, I like to use shapes. I like to use shapes to help bring things out. And so I'm going to come over here to my shape picker, which is on our tools panel. Awesome. Okay. And this is the custom shapes area. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use the ellipse tool. And I'm going to take the ellipse tool. I'm not going to make sure that it is actually rasterized properly. I'm just going to draw it down towards the bottom here. Okay. That ellipse tool is drawn down at the bottom here, and it is the same color that we had on here already, but we want to change that color up. So I'm going over here to my libraries panel, which I have already had created. I'm going to my library panel, and I'm going to pick a different color. Okay, I'm going to pick a dark purple, and I'm going to make the dark purple my background shape on here. Okay, so now this is the back of her card. You have that color there, and then I'm going to duplicate this. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate the same exact shape by pressing Command J or Control J on your screen tray. And I am going to go back to the original ellipse, and I'm going to change that color to a, let me see if I want to do, maybe I'll do like a white, a off-white. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to take that and I'm going to manipulate it and bring it up some. So you see in the background, it has that little shape that's manipulated back there a little bit. And then I'm going to duplicate that again. And I'm going to do the same with the other side and bring that up some. But I'm going to change the color of that. That color I think I want to make like pink. Okay. So now my back of my card is complete. Normally on the back of the card, you have the logo, you have their information, and you may have their website. Okay. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I'm just going to make up a website name right now because I can't remember what I actually picked for it, but we're waiting for my. All right, so we're going to do www.voiceofstrength.com, and I'm going to change the font so that it actually goes along with the font that we already using. And then I'm going to make sure that it lines up, and I'm going to change this to a white. Okay, so now we have our back of our business card already done. So now what I normally do is I like to use layers, okay? And so you're going to come over here to your layers panel, and you're going to select everything that you just put on here from the first layer on top of the eclipse all the way up to the voice of strength. I'm going to select all of that, and I'm going to click the little file folder that's on the side there, and it says create a new group. I'm going to click that and make that into one group, and I'm going to name this group back. Okay, so now if I turn the eyeball off, that was the back of the card, and we can start from the front to the front of the card again. Okay, so now we're going to go to the front of the card. I'm going to go ahead and draw and bring in my logo one more time, and I am going to, remember, press the shift button to bring your logo down, and I'm going to change the size of the logo, and I'm going to put the logo over here in the corner. Now, something I did forget to do, so please forgive me. Normally when you are doing this, you want to make sure that you have your bleeds set out properly, okay? So because this is going to be printed, I need to pull down my rulers from the top to make sure that I stay within the guidelines of the printing, so that when it's time for it to be printed, nothing is cut off from those areas. Okay, so the best way to do that, if you don't do it the way that I just did, is you can go up here to is it filter? View. Okay, you're going to go up here to view. Under view, you're going to go to guides, and then you're going to tell it to give you a new guide layout. Hey Annie, thank you for joining in. And once you ask it to give you a new guide layout, it's going to go ahead and make a new guide layout, and you can have it make the guide layouts from right here. It's going to show you on the new guide layout. It's going to tell you you want your margin to be 0.125, and it'll make that for you, okay? And then you're going to click OK. Hey Erica, thank you for joining in. So now that we have that on the screen, I'm going to open this up and bring this up a little bit bigger so you can see my screen better. And I'm actually going to change the background color now to like a white. I think I want this to be this white, off-white color. I think that's a little bit better, okay? So and I can leave the back just like I had it. We're just designing. We're not doing anything crushing. Hey, Felicia, thank you for joining in. So we're not doing anything special or anything like that. We're just designing, and we're trying to pick to see what's going to work and what's going to be favorable for my client. So we already know that our client is a coach, right? And her business is called Voice of Strength. And so we want to make sure that we have everything aligned in here perfectly. So what I'm going to do is I made the logo slightly smaller, and I'm going to come over here to my tools panel again, and I'm going to select the type tool. Hey Sherry, thank you for joining in. And we're going to pull the color from her actual logo so that we're staying within the color of her logos. And we're going to write her name, okay? So her name, Miram. All right. So we know that when you're designing a business card, you want to make sure that you have the name. And what all did we say that we're supposed to have on here? Your name, telephone number, email address, social media, right? So we're going to have her name on here. This is just something that's very quick and simple, not doing a lot with that. Name is on here. I like personally, because I just like to use script I am going to change this to a script font, okay? And so we're going to do this to MIRIAM. Give it some pizzazz, however you want to call it, right? I don't like that the letters are so spaced out. So you're going to come over here to your characters panel and you're going to do some kerning, okay? You're going to bring this in. You see how the name came in a little bit better. It's more cohesive. So we fixed the tracking on here, okay? So now that we have her name written on here and it's nice and big, we're going to go back to our type tool and we're going to go ahead and put her email address, right? And so I'm not going to keep the script font, but we're going to go back to Big Carlson Medium. We're going to go back to that font and we're going to change the tracking back to 0. And we're going to put telephone number, right? So we're going to say telephone. And I'm just making up numbers, right? So 888 551 1212. Okay. Her telephone number information. This is not her information. We're just putting information on here so that people can see stuff. And then I'm going to do a Command J. So that means I'm just duplicating that file. So we got phone. Now we're going to do email. And email is going to be M. Spencer. This is not the actual email, but we're just putting something on here. At VOS.com, right? We can just say if that's the actual thing. And then we said that we needed to make sure we have their social media, right? So now usually because her name is up here, I want to go ahead and let me fix this tracking. I don't like it. Yeah, there we go. Let's do 75 or maybe 70. Okay. So I fixed the tracking on here. Anybody saying anything? Hey, Arkisha, thank you for joining in. I love that script. What's the name of that font? This particular font is called Adelia. That's Adelia. And I got it from thefont.com. Okay. I'm going to come back over here to my tools panel and we're going to go back to the shape area and I'm going to select, and I'm only selecting the rectangle tool because I want my line to be a little bit thicker than what a regular line gives me. Okay, you're welcome. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put this line here, and of course my computer doesn't want me to be great, so it is not allowing me my colors properly, but it's okay. All right, so my line, let's move this up here. My line is under her name. I'm going to duplicate this. That's with Command J. And I'm going to bring it over and put it in front of Spencer as well. Okay, so there we go. We got our name. Miriam Spencer is on here. We're going to go back out some, and then I'm going to write her name. We're going to say life coach. And of course, I'm changing this back to the Big Carlson Medium. All right. And so it does look a little bland. You want to make sure you have some information inside of here. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I actually put the email address. I mean, not the email address, but the website as well. So I just double click this and I'm going to put website. And then, of course, we said the website was www. dot you can say voice of strength.com. All right, so email information is on here, and I just want some other information on here. I want some more little whatever on here just to make it look real nice and pretty. So we're gonna go to the internet, and I'm going to pull up some nice backgrounds, right? So I'm on here, and I'm on my favorite website, which is called freepik.com, and I'm gonna look for elegant backgrounds. All right, so I see this nice gold elegant background that I want to actually use. So I'm going to go ahead and take that background, and I'm going to open it up on my computer. And I'm going to bring that picture into Photoshop. All right, so I think you guys can see. This is the background, white and gold. I think it's beautiful. And I'm not going to keep it as large as it is. We're going to bring this down because I'm not going to actually make this stay the way it is. I'm going to bring this down to the back, all the way behind everything. Even behind the logo. All right, and now I'm going to go back over here to our layers panel, and I'm going to use our blending mode. And I'm going to blend this in to the background where it can barely be seen. So I'm using what's called light color. Hey, Godmommy Deb, thank you for joining in. And now it gives a nice little texture in the back of her logo. In the back of her business card, okay? So we have this nice little texture here, and like we had on the last video, on the front of the card, we had a eclipse down at the bottom. And so I'm going to use that eclipse tool again. I'm going to come back over here to the shape panels, and we're going to get our eclipse tool, and we're going to use that and drag that out down at the bottom of the panel here. Make this just a little bit bigger. And I'm going to make this black. Okay. It can stay there. It cannot. I may like it. I may not. I don't know. It's just something to put there for right now. I don't know. I think I just want it in the corner. I'm just adding a little texture to make the design come out a little bit better. And so what I did was I just copied it again like I did the last one, and we're going to change that bottom color to the purple. And I'm going to do what I did on the back side. I'm going to bring that color up some. Okay. Give it that. And basically, that's the design for her logo. And so what I would normally do is after I'm finished doing something like this, let's take Miriam. Nope, not Miriam. Let's take the name and the email. We're going to group that together. Okay. And I'm going to send this as info. I'm going to move this up some. And you can add on here, if the client wants you to, you can add the services that they provide or different things like that. You can do that. But that's not something that we're going to do at this present moment. And so right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this, and I'm going to do a save as, and then I'm going to save it to my computer under her file, and I'm going to do VOS underscore biz card. Okay. So we have this business card, and then I'm going to save this as a copy, because in Photoshop you have to do as a copy. And I'm going to save it as a JPEG, and this is the front of the card. So we're going to save the front of the card. Okay. And just like I grouped the back, I'm going to group everything for the front of the card into one group. Okay. So that was front. I'm going to turn that layer off, and I'm going to turn back on my back layer. I like this so much better than the pink. Okay. That we had. And then we're going to go ahead and save the back of the design. Okay. And so you have completed designing an actual logo design, right? Now, I mean, not logo design, a business card. Now we're going to do a new file, and we're going to create a letterhead, okay? So on the letterhead, you're going to click new, file, new, and then a letterhead is 8.5 by 11 in size, okay? And then you're going to click create. Make sure everything's still the same. Your resolution is still 300. Your color mode is CMYK, and you're going to click create, okay? So now we're going to go ahead. We're creating this actual letterhead, and so our background would normally be what? White for a letterhead. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the paint bucket tool, and we're going to paint it one color. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in, just for an accent, not for something to keep on here, but I'm going to go ahead and take this color that we had from before, and I'm going to bring it on here as a very small accent in the background where it's not going to be seen that much. And I am going to do a light color again. I want to do light, maybe not. I think I'm going to leave it normal and just bring down the opacity. Okay, so we're going to do normal, we're going to bring down the opacity. Now, because this is an extremely large piece that's on here, we're going to lock this layer, okay? So you're going to go to the top layer over there on your layers panel, and the little lock button, you're going to click lock, okay? And that's for this background layer that we just did, okay? We're going to click, and we are going to create a new layer, bring that layer on the top of that, and we are going to add the logo. All right, so we got our logo on here. Now, normally, when you're doing it, you will have your logo over here in the corner. And then what you can do is you can do a line. These things get out of my way. That would be real great. All right, you can do a line here. Really small one. And then you can go ahead and put, in this line, I need this color to be, let's do purple. All right, so we got our line, and then next to that we'll have the information for her. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to draw a tool text box instead of, and I need this color to be black so you can see what I'm typing. There we go. We need this font to go down to about 36 maybe, and we're going to type her name in so you can see what I'm typing. There's Spencer. telephone. Now you can have this on here like this, or you can put it down at the bottom. I prefer putting it down at the bottom. I don't like me doing it here, so I'm going to actually delete this and just keep the logo up there. I'm going to take this line that I made. I'm going to open it and bring it out some. So y'all forgive me because I will start designing something and then be like, I don't like that. And go down to the bottom. Let me make sure this is... All right. So I'm using this line as a divider down at the bottom. Using it as a divider at the bottom. And then I'm going to type out her business name. Voice of Strength. And we are going to bold that and make it in capital letters. Put it right in the center. Change this color of this font to, let's go back over here to the is it going to show me my colors? It's not going to show me my colors. Okay. So, yep, let's go over here to that and let's try to pick a pink color. And of course, like I told you before, just come up here and pick from the actual logo. Okay. Voice of Strength. And then we are going to type her information up under that. So it's going to say Miriam Spencer and then I use just the little slash symbol. Don't get me the line and telling y'all exactly what it is because I can't remember the name of it. Then we're going to put telephone. And I said, what, 888-555 or 551-1212. And then we're going to put email M. Spencer at VOS.com. And we're going to put the website, www.voiceofstrength.com. All right. So we have this. We want to make sure it's centered. And this is down at the bottom. This is centered. Good. We have that there. And so now me personally, I would take the logo. I would not duplicate. I was about to duplicate it, but I don't want to duplicate it. I would bring the logo back on here. And I would just use, this is just me personally, I'm going to remove the words Voice of Strength. Command D. I'm going to take this logo. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to click center, and then I'm going to bring the opacity of it down so that it's faded into the background. And I'm just going to slightly turn it and have it as a silhouette in the background. Okay. So you can bring the logo in the middle if you want to, and bring it up and make it a little bit bigger. Or you can keep it centered. And then because we were using the Eclipse tool from before, if you want to use Eclipse again, You can use the eclipse tool and kind of center that off there. Change that fill color to that purple. Bring that towards the back of the logo. And boom, there go a logo design. So, I mean not logo, a letterhead. So now we have letterhead. We have we're going to save this, save as. Okay, VOS underscore letterhead. Save it as a JPEG. Save a copy. Remember that. JPEG. All right. And so letterhead is done. Business card is done. Envelope. Let's do an envelope design. Don't get me to lying because I cannot remember off the top of my head for the size of a number 10 envelope. So we're going to go to Google real quick and ask dimensions of number 10 envelope. All right. So a number 10 envelope is 4 1/8 by 9 1.5. All right. Good. Not a problem. Let's go back to Photoshop. We're going to go to inches and we're going to do 4.75 by 9.5. Okay. And we really should have did 9.5 by 4.75. And then we're going to click create. All right. So now here we go. All we're going to do is really kind of pull information from the first thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull information from the business card. Okay. On the business card, background color was this nice cream color here. We did that. We're going to go ahead and take something from the, take the oval, bring it on over here in the corner somewhere. Duplicate that, bring it up here in the corner somewhere. Take this logo, bring it right over here in the corner. Take her name and information from the inside because you're just pulling information. Turn this off. Take this information here. I want to take her name. Let's take this and this and this plus her name. And let's let's do name. All right. We're going to take that whole group that I just did. Bring it over here. And put it on here as your logo. All right. So now that's the business card. I mean, this is the letterhead. I'm so sorry. I'm saying letterhead. This is the envelope. Okay. Save as computer VOS underscore envelope. All right. Save a copy as JPEG. done. Now, I just sat here and I created it 3 different pieces for her brand. You have her logo. I mean, well, 4 different pieces. We did her logo. I did that before I got on live with you guys. So we had her logo. We created her business card. Front. This is the front. This is the back. Then we came and we created the letterhead. Full letterhead here. And this is the envelope. Simple stationery package that's available that you can do. So when you have a brand and you are making sure that you have your stuff in order, these are the things that you guys need to have to get done. Anybody have any questions for me before I end? Because I told you I wasn't going to be on here long. And it only took me an hour to get this done. Any questions? I'm going to try to bring myself back on the screen, so y'all give me a second here. Okay, here we go. All right. Any questions? You guys good? Understand? We good? And so the importance of actually having a your brand identity and making sure this is just a very, very, very small part of your brand identity. Most of the time, you need to have your logo done. You need to have your brand you need to know what your brand voice is. You need to know the different aspects as far as like icons and different things that you may want to use on within your brand. If there's going to be different like elements that you're going to be using, you're going to stick with and continuously do throughout. And so whenever you're doing something as far as your brand is concerned, you want to make sure that you always use your brand colors. Okay. So those are some things that some of you may not know that you want to do. So when you always see me designing something, it always has some type of green or gold or pink in it. Why? Because those are my brand colors. Those are the colors for SVG Network. And so we try to make sure that we have that information that's available so that we can do that. So those are things that we kind of we want to make sure that we have that are in order when you are doing when you're doing a stationery set or when you're just doing anything as far as the brand is concerned. It is definitely important to have, even when you do your website or anything like that. You want to make sure that everything is cohesive all the way through. All your information is cohesive. So that means if your social media information is not all cohesive, then you need to see if you can make it cohesive. So if your name on social media is what, like mine is Coach T, then everything needs to have Coach T on it. Coach T at SVG at on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok, everything. Why? Because you want people to be able to find you everywhere if that is the name that you're going to use to resonate when it comes to your business. So these are some things that are important when it comes to making sure that you have your brand identity and you have things in order. I hope I was helpful on tonight. I'm going to do a lot of pop-ups and different things like that to kind of get information out there. So if there is something that you all want to learn and you want to get some information on, please, 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 please go ahead, post it inside the group, ask me so that I can go ahead and do it, and I'll come live and I'll go ahead and I'll design that information for you. Okay, so we can go ahead and we can grow and we can produce and make the money that we want to be able to make in our businesses. But first, we kind of got to learn how to master our craft. So if you are new to graphic design and this is something that was helpful for you, please let me know. If there's something that you want to learn, like I said, and I was not able to give it to you on tonight, please let me know that as well. And we'll come back at another time and do that for you. But I thank you guys for your attention and being attentive on tonight. You have a blessed, victorious rest of the night. And remember to command your business and take dominion now. You have a blessed day.